A big stat presented by Gatorade. P.J. Fleck now stands alone. Minnesota's win over number 25 Nebraska Friday night was his 7th against a ranked team as the Gopher head coach. That is the most all-time. It moved him past Bernie Bierman and Murray Warmath, both of whom led the Gophers to at least one national title. So it's fair to say they were both pretty good coaches. Fleck now with Ashley Adamson. It is today's big interview.
Coach, it is great to have you. Great to see you as always. I know you got a big one coming up at Iowa, but let's start real quick with that dominant win over Nebraska, another ranked win for you. So many things went right in that game. When you went back and watched the film, I'm curious, was there something that stood out that maybe you didn't notice or fully appreciate in the moment of the game?
Yeah, Ashley, thanks for having us on. One, we talked all week about the fundamentals and technique need to improve. We're playing really good football. Just we had to iron out a lot of our fundamentals and techniques, and I thought our guys did a great job of transferring that over into the game against Nebraska. I thought we won the line of scrimmage. I thought we were able to establish a really good run game, and different than some other Big Ten games. I mean, in all three of our other Big Ten games that we were played, and we were down so quick, so early, whether 14-0, 10-0, 21-3. And so we got out of the run game a lot quicker. And for this game, we were able to establish our identity, establish what we really wanted to do. And I thought our kids played incredibly hard. So it was really the fundamentals and techniques that we talked about all week to start with.
That defensive front in particular was just relentless. 9 sacks, constant pressure. How have you seen Danny Collins evolve and adjust in his first year as a defensive coordinator?
Yeah, I mean, 9 sacks in a game doesn't happen very often, right? I mean, it's a record here at the University of Minnesota. And I think anytime you have sacks up front, it was our linebackers, it was the D-line, it was the secondary, it was everybody. I know our D-line gets a lot of credit, but it really starts top down when you're talking coverage. We have a lot of young corners playing right now, a lot of guys rotating in that position. I thought they played really well, tackled really well. And anytime you create those sacks, there's got to be great coverage on the back end. And our guys did a great job of mixing up coverages and disguises and really getting Rail and hold on to the ball a little bit longer. And we knew we'd have to hold on to the ball, condense the pocket, and we were able to get some sacks. So Danny Collins is just, he's been around for 13 years around our program. I mean, I hired him like the second week I was at Western Michigan University, and he was a student coach, willing to sleep in a janitor closet, like not because I asked him, because he was sticking around the program. That was the only place to really sleep if you weren't going to sleep in a hallway. So he has just dedicated his entire life to football and his family. And it's so fun to watch how he takes what maybe he learned from Coach Smith or Coach Pinkham and Coach Rossi and Coach Heatherman and make it his own, because it really is the same type of defense and style, but he's been able to put his own stamp on it. And it's kind of a mixture between Coach Rossi and Coach Heatherman. And he's doing a really good job of leading the defense, leading the staff, and getting the most out of our players.
How do you teach your players the situational awareness and helping them see the bigger picture instead of just the next snap in front of them?
That's a great question, Ashley. When you look at football and you look at the offensive side, if you play 60 snaps, yes, there's 60 plays, but those are 60 completely different situations, right? I mean, there's 60 minutes, so every single play is its own entity, and it has its own situation built in. Not just the situation in down a distance, but the situation based on what part of the field you're on, how the game is going, what's the flow look like. A 3rd and 3 from the plus 30-yard line is a very different call than the 3rd and 3 from the minus 30-yard line from the quarterback standpoint, because you're already guaranteed somewhat 3 points or at least an opportunity. What you can't do is get out of that. We can go on, whether it's backed up, coming out, short yardage, goal line, green zone, tight green, 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. I mean, 2-minute, 4-minute. There's all these things that you've got to get really good at. But I think most games are lost, not won. And I think that the games that are won are lost just less than the other team lost it. So when you look at college football, who screws it up a little bit less? But what we want to do here is we want to teach our players how to win, teach our coaches how to win. We're not perfect. We don't win them all. And there's times we've lost it a little bit less than the other opponent. But you've got to do everything you can to make your team the smartest team they can be. Smarter players are usually better players. And I'm not talking IQ, and I'm not talking ACT scores or grades. I'm talking about functionality within the situation, within the play. Can you maximize that? And smarter teams are better teams as well. So we're doing everything we can to give ourselves an advantage when we do get in a game that we are more prepared in situational football than our opponent.
Well, and you will be playing a very smart team with a coach who I know you have a ton of respect for this weekend, and Kirk Ferentz. You won at Kinnick Stadium a couple years ago. What does it take to be successful there? A place that I heard you say just the other day is maybe the hardest venue to win in.
Yeah, I think you know this. It is one of the most hostile environments in all of college football, and they do such a great job of supporting the Iowa Hawkeyes. Fans absolutely love what they do and how they do it. I mean, they've had two coaches in 50 plus years. The cultural sustainability is really the beacon of what I think everybody strives for in college football, but maybe can't obtain. And that is a true credit to Kirk Ferentz, their administration, their players, the style they play with, Coach Parker. It truly is, I think, the model as you kind of look for that sustainability. So we know we're going to have to play our best football. I have a ton of respect for what Iowa does and how they've done it. I mean, when you're a young head football coach and you're building, you want cultural sustainability, you kind of look and study how Kirk has done it. And ton of respect for him, ton of respect for Iowa. For 3 hours, I mean, it is one of the greatest rivalries in all of college football, that's for sure, where the fan bases don't get along very much. And it is high energy. And it is one of the greatest rivalries. And I'm honored to be able to coach in it. We had a team meeting this morning talking about we get to be part of this tradition, 119th meeting. There'll be another 119 after us, and there were 118 before us. So we have a small opportunity and a small window to find a way to play our best football for 3 hours against one of the best teams in the country and one of the best rivalries in the country to bring Floyd back to Minneapolis.
Well, Coach, just two last things before we let you go, because I appreciate you making the time. So much of your culture that you talk about is built on growth and learning from failure. So I'm curious, what's something that you've personally maybe changed your mind on or evolved in your approach to coaching over the last year or two?
Another great question, Ashley. I think the one thing I tell people when people ask, what have you learned the most? I think control is for amateurs. I think we're having a really hard time in coaching right now that the lack of control is really affecting a lot of people, whether that's with players' agents or the money or NIL or the portal or, all of those things, right? And we're stuck in this model of like what used to be. Well, the one thing that always stays the same in college football is everything changes. So I think as a head football coach, you have to look at how can I impact my team and what control do I really have? And how can I give other people that empower those other people to be the best they could possibly be, whether that's coaches, whether those are players, and you have to adapt. I'm not going to change really who I am, but I have adapted our program. We are a transformational program. That doesn't mean transactions can't be a piece of that transformational program, along with education. So I think that control piece, that control is for amateurs. I think as coaches, we've always wanted like our fingerprint on every single thing in the program. And when we haven't had that necessarily that type of control, and there's other aspects that have more control now, you have to learn how to shift through all of that. And really, it's about empowering other people. And I think that's probably what I've learned the most.
I absolutely love that. I feel like that's a great parenting mantra too. Like I'm going to make a poster in my house that just says "Control is for amateurs." Makes me feel better.
The parenting and coaching, I've learned that our job is constant crisis interrupted by brief success. That is coaching, that is parenting, and you better celebrate when your kids love you. And you better, when they tell you love you and they're having a great day, you better really appreciate that. When you win, you better really appreciate that, because that brief success or that brief feeling that you're a good parent does not last long.
I couldn't love that. The perfect analogy. Well, and the last thing we'll end on with is family, because I know your wife, Heather, has been a huge part of this journey with you, and she's really involved in the program, and you hear players talk about what she means. What's something that she's taught you about leadership or balance that's carried into how you coach?
Yeah, that I don't have to be perfect. I think we live in a world that, wants everybody to be 13-0, 12-0, run for 200 yards, throw for 200 yards. Don't have anybody score points against you. And if you do, why? There's a great song by Van Morrison, "Why Must I Always Explain?" I play it through my speakers every single week in season because it really is. We explain for a living. But she allows me, to be me. And I love Minnesota because they allow me to be me. But when you're in a relationship and you're a college football wife and you're in this crazy profession, she makes me truly a better person, which then I can be a better coach. And she allows me to be the most genuine, authentic, real me. She holds me accountable for everything that I say I am, and she's not afraid to do that. She's got the Italian heart with the Irish passion, and it's combined. So she's spicy, that's for sure. But she is the greatest person in my life. She is a rock of our family. She's the connector of our entire family, and she's incredibly selfless. I can't remember the last time that she had done something just for herself that only benefited Heather. Mm. I don't think I've ever seen her have anything that way or do anything that way or make a decision based on that. And that's why I love her so much. And she's made me a better man. She's made me a better coach, and has ultimately made our program better by just allowing me to be a better man on a daily basis and holding me accountable for everything that I say I am. And that's one thing to talk about. It's another thing to actually do. So she's a pretty special woman.
Oh, Coach, I appreciate you sharing all of that. And one of the things I love in listening to interviews with you is that I always learn a lot more than just about football. So thank you for the perspective. I know that fans are eager to get that Bronze Pig trophy back. Best of luck on Saturday. And thank you again for the time. We really appreciate you.
Thanks for having us on, Ashley. Good luck parenting. Row the boat, Sky Mountain. Go Gophers.